Hi Year 8 students. Today we're going to be doing a prac called Digesting a Protein. Reference for that prac is page 223 in Oxford Year 8 manual. Everything you see in front of you today is going to be used, starting off with 10mm measuring cylinder, a 1mm graduated pipette, glass stirring rod, distilled water, 0.1 molar solution sodium hydroxide, 1 molar solution of hydrochloric acid, 1% solution of pepsin, and I also have 4 pieces of egg white cut into approximate 1 centimetre cubes. We have 4 test tubes in a rack labelled A, B, C and D. Alright, let's get moving. Okay, so starting off, we're going to add some liquids to our tubes here. So marked A, B and C. In tubes A, C and D, I'm going to add 10 mils of the 1% pepsin. And in C, we're going to add 10 mils of distilled water. Let's just do that, make sure it's nice and close to 10. So that's 10 mils of pepsin in A, C and D. So remember to leave B empty for this step. Okay, there's a last 10 mils of pepsin. It's got a bit of a browny colour. It's pepsin that we've got today. So now with this one, to save me contaminating the water inside the tube, I'm just going to measure it approximately so it lines up nicely with the 10 mils that I've got in there of the pepsin. So there you go. Okay, so that's our 4 tubes filled. Okay, now that we've added pepsin to our solutions, we're going to add the egg white to each tube as well. Probably best that gets done first, but I've skipped that, so I'm just going to make sure it sits in there nicely. Go. Turn it around. Actually, let me just use this one for that. Get all of that in there. There we go. And the water's not going to affect this one, so we'll just push the egg white all the way down to the bottom there. Okay, so all our egg whites are in place in our tubes, and I'm just going to add some solutions to each of them now. So one is the hydrochloric acid. We're going to add that to tubes A and B. Count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 drops altogether. 9, 10. Okay, so our hydrochloric acid is done. Now we're going to add some sodium hydroxide to tubes D. Okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To tube D. Okay, our next step is then to add 10 drops of water to tube C, which I've got right here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so from here we've got all of our solutions added to our tubes. We've got our pepsin solutions in these 3. We've got our water in here with our hydrochloric acid, pepsin with hydrochloric acid, pepsin with water, and sodium hydroxide with the pepsin in that one, all with our egg whites. Okay, so the next step is to bind these up. I'll pop them inside a beaker and then we'll place them into an incubator at 37 degrees, and we're going to do that for 24 hours, and then we're going to open it back up and see what's happened to our tubes. Okay, so here are our tubes, all wrapped in an elastic band. To keep them upright, we're going to keep them in the beaker. Here's our incubator sitting just at over 37 degrees. So we'll open this up, and we're going to need to take out one of those, and we'll just place that one right in the middle, and that will stay in there for 24 hours. Okay, so here's our results after the tubes have been incubated for at least 24 hours. I think this is about 36 hours. Now, just see if we can show you what has happened in each of the tubes. In tube 1, you can see there is still some egg white in there, but it actually has reduced significantly. If you have a look compared to tube B, it has more than halved in size. So the pepsin and the hydrochloric acid in A have had an impact on that egg white protein. So that has been digested by the pepsin and the hydrochloric acid. The tube B has just had water in it and hydrochloric acid, but almost no action in that one. Okay, in tubes C and D, C was pepsin and water, little to no action there. D was pepsin and sodium hydroxide, which is a strong base, and no action there as well. So if you just like to observe those 4 tests, and you can see, just get a nice close-up again of each of those tubes, you can see there that there has been definitely a reaction in tube A, but little to nothing in tubes B, C and D. Okay, so all you need to do now, guys, is answer your questions in your discussion. If you have any further questions, please direct them towards your teacher.